Moviegoers have flocked to AMC Theatres locations nationwide for over a century to check out the latest and greatest adventure films. And, considering that so many of the highly anticipated 2024 movies fall into that category, it's safe to say that thrill seekers are in for an unforgettable year of big-screen adventures. With comic book movies like Madame Web, animated comedies like Kung Fu Panda 4, and the return of major franchises like Ghostbusters, Mad Max, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, there's going to be a little something for everyone this year. Here's a selection of the titles that will take us off to faraway lands or throw us in the middle of an adventurous journey in 2024. 1. Madame Web. If its mind-bending and action-packed trailer is any indication, Madame Web will be a wild and thrilling comic book adventure film for the ages. In 1973, in the jungles of Peru, a research team led by Ezekiel Sims and his pregnant colleague Constance Webb discovers an unidentified species of spider with rare healing properties. Ezekiel betrays the team and claims the spider for himself before leaving Constance for dead. An indigenous tribe attempts to save Constance, but she dies shortly after giving birth to Cassandra. 30 years later, Cassandra, going by Cassie, works as a paramedic in New York City alongside her co-workers Ben Parker and O'Neill. During a dangerous call, Cassie falls into the water and has a near-death experience. Ben revives her, but she begins to experience visions. Initially, she dismisses them as déjà vu, but after failing to prevent O'Neill's death, Cassie realizes that she can see into the future. This movie will be a lot of fun, with web-slinging action, thrilling sequences on the streets and the rooftops of the Big Apple and characters with awesome powers. Madame Web opens February 14th. 2. Kung Fu Panda 4. In the Valley of Peace, Pa helps Li Shan and Mr. Ping open their new restaurant. Master Shifu then tells Pa that he must advance and become a spiritual leader, which means Pa can no longer be the dragon warrior and must find a suitable successor to take his place. Pa struggles to choose the right candidate as he does not want to lose his status as the dragon warrior, and he stumbles upon a fox bandit named Shen trying to steal ancient weapons from the Jade Palace. Pa is able to outsmart Shen and send her to prison, but a group of mine workers tell him that Tai Lung has returned and destroyed an entire quarry. Jin reveals that Tai Lung's return was masqueraded by a sorceress known as the Chameleon, who can shapeshift into any animal she wants as well as copying various kung fu techniques simply by touching them. Kung Fu Panda 4 opens March 8th. 3. Gladiator 2. Ridley Scott will return to the world of one of his most successful movies later in 2024 with Gladiator 2, though the film's final title could very well change. Though Maximus, Russell Crowe, and Commodus, Joaquin Phoenix, won't be a part of the long-awaited sequel, Lucius Verus, Paul Mescal, the former's biggest fan and the latter's nephew, will continue the story for a new generation of moviegoers. The film's finer plot details are being kept under wraps for now, but returning to the time of gladiators in ancient Rome is very exciting. Remind Me Gladiator 2 opens November 22nd. 4. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire. 3 years after defeating Mechagodzilla, Kong has established his new territory in the Hollow Earth and searches for more of his kind. On Earth's surface, Godzilla continues to maintain order between humanity and giant monsters, known as Titans, killing Scylla in Rome and resting in the Colosseum afterwards. A Monarch observation outpost stationed in Hollow Earth picks up an unidentified signal. On the surface, the signal causes Jia, the last known survivor of the Iwi tribe from Skull Island, to experience hallucinations and visions, causing her adoptive mother and Kong expert, Dr. Eileen Andrews, to worry. Also sensing the signal, Godzilla leaves Rome and attacks a nuclear plant in France to absorb radiation. He then heads to the lair of the Titan Tiamat in the Arctic. Monarch believes Godzilla is strengthening himself for an oncoming threat. In Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire, the iconic monsters will unite to prevent a newly discovered Titan from bringing death and destruction to the planet. Expect larger-than-life fights, awesome visual effects and a spectacle made for the biggest screen possible. Godzilla x Kong, The New Empire opens March 29th. 5. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Set 15 to 20 years before the events of Mad Max, Fury Road, As the world falls apart, young Furiosa is snatched from the green place of many mothers and into the hands of a biker horde led by the warlord Dementus. While two tyrants war for dominance over the Citadel, Furiosa survives many trials as she plots a way back home through the wasteland. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga will turn its attention to Imperator Furiosa, Charlize Theron's character from Fury Road, who is now played by Anya Taylor-Joy. This high-octane thrill ride looks to be full of massive action sequences and adventure as we follow the young yet capable character through the vast wasteland. Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga opens May 24th. 6. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. The Planet of the Apes franchise has provided moviegoers with some of cinema's most exciting moments throughout its history and various incarnations. Maybe that will again be the case when Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes arrives later this year. Set hundreds of years after the events of War for the Planet of the Apes, this new movie will follow a young chimp named Noah, Owen Teague, as he sets out on an epic and harrowing journey to find a better life for apes and humans. Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes opens May 24th.